Hello YouTube, my name is Fernando. I am a senior nursing student. I will be graduating in a couple months. I only have one more semester to go. And today I want to talk about the immigrant mentality trap. Based on what I see on my surroundings and the people that I know that, like me, came to this country and left everything behind to have a better life. And just as a little backstory, I'm Dominican. I was born and raised, and I came here when I was 21 years old. I'm 30 years old right now, and I've been here for almost a decade now. It's been a long, bumpy ride, but I'm thankful for everything that has happened to me, both negative and positive. I was bilingual since small, and I've had my fair share of difficulties, but nothing major compared to what other people go through coming to this country, especially the ones that have language barriers and they don't know English, and they have to work very physical labor jobs and do things that they don't necessarily want to do in order to bring food to their table and their families, especially their families back home. It's not a secret that a lot of the money that Hispanics made here end up in their country, whether it's to their family members back home or they just send money back there to buy a house and thinking to retire back home. But the point is that I want to put across is that being an immigrant can be a trap sometimes, or many times. You will relate to this if you're an immigrant yourself, but let me describe what I mean. In a basic way, most immigrants come here and work 20, 30 years, sometimes 40 years, depending on the age that they come here and they start working. And at the end of the day, at the end of their years, they have nothing to show for, and they just try to rely on government assistance, Social Security, and things like that. Some or many of them work 2-3 jobs in order to make ends meet, especially nowadays with how the economy is and how expensive and inflation has gotten, and the cost of living has skyrocketed. But they don't become educated on the capitalist system that we have here and the many opportunities that you can access through investing or education or even entrepreneurship. Now, I know entrepreneurship is a special animal. It's not for everybody. It requires certain skills that a lot of people don't have, and as we know, most businesses fail. Most startups fail, and it's hard. It's a hard route to take. Now, the educational route, depending on what you go to school for, can be a secure way to achieve a certain status and a certain level of income that can guarantee quality of life in this country. As a personal story, I went for nursing school, and I will be graduating in December, as I said. I wanted to be a doctor, but my age doesn't help. I'm already 30 years old, so it wouldn't make any sense. I started going to school when I was 28, so I've been in school since 2022. I was 27, 28 by the time. And for me, it wasn't, I discovered that nurses can specialize, become nurse practitioners, and CRNAs, they do anesthesia. and it's a shorter route. And I'm a pharmacology guy. I like physiology. I like all those things about the human body. So eventually I will be going to graduate school. So whether it's anesthesia or a nurse practitioner. So for me, it wasn't, it was more feasible or easier to become just become a nurse instead of a doctor. Plus, I'm cash flowing my degree. I came here to this country with a skill from the DR that allowed me to access a certain level of income that allowed me to cash flow school, since I'm going to our community college, and I will get my degree, my associate's degree from that college. They do have a partnership with a private school, and I will get my BSN or my bachelor's degree completely online, and they do match the tuition cost of my community college. So that's why it was a no-brainer at the end of the day to go for nursing instead of medical school. Now, as an immigrant, you have to think like an American. You have to get educated, especially in the subject of finance, of how things work here, and what is a 401k, what is a stock market, how the Federal Reserve works, what is a bond, what is a, what are interest rates, and how you can leverage your income, whether it's low or high, to secure and build a good retirement through assets that eventually will buy back your time and will replace your income when you physically cannot work. And to me, it was eye-opening how the many opportunities that are here can guarantee a good retirement for any individual that puts the work in and gets educated. You don't need a finance degree. You don't need to go to school for this. Pretty sure a lot of you have seen over the internet people talking about the S&P 500 and how you can just dollar cost average and take a portion of your income and just put it there day in and day out, week in and week out, month in and month out, and let it grow over the years and forget about it. And eventually you're 20, 25, 30 years down the road, you will have a good sum of money, which looks different for everybody. For each individual is different. The retirement looks different. That's very personal, and it's as individual as your own personal name, in my opinion. But I do think that it's most for the Hispanic people to become educated on these subjects, and they should take advantage of these opportunities instead of thinking of just saving money and putting money away back to their countries, because I don't want to be or sound racist, but I think this is just a fact that the American economy is the biggest economy, or one of the biggest economies in the world. We have countries, Asian countries, such as Japan, that they have, I think it's the fourth part or 1/3 of their GDP, the equivalent of, in U.S. government bonds. So it's basically loaning money to the U.S. Because they're the best payer. Your money is guaranteed to be pretty much paid back for, or you're gonna get a good return by buying bonds. Now, the argument is that the stock market has a higher return. Yes, you're gonna encounter more risk, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much a safe bet. Over time, it's been guaranteed, or historically, it's been showed and demonstrated back time and time again that you will get a return eventually with your money. You might lose money initially, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much guaranteed if you invest on these assets and these funds that can build up a good retirement for yourself. As far as English language, many people just shoot themselves in the foot because they don't bother to learn English. I understand that we all come here with different capabilities, different educational backgrounds and cultures, and many factors that affect the fact that that affect your educational level and your IQ and all those things and the things you know. But that doesn't mean you need to say like that. Your environment does not determine the way you will end up in life. I'm a clear example of that. And I went through the whole immigration system. I came here with a visa, and I had to become legalized through getting a green card. And I eventually, or recently, became a U.S. citizen through naturalization. And I couldn't be more grateful for this country. And there are financial requirements for you to come here, so you are not a burden to the government financially. So those requirements, you need a sponsor. You need to have assets to put on, as a warranty, or that they can take from you if you ever become a burden to them. Or you need a sponsor, somebody like a family. That's basically the default way that people do it here. They have a family member here that become their sponsor, and they sign an agreement with the U.S. government that they are going to take care of this person if this person ever gets into a financial hole. But I do think the same kind of requirements need to be in place when it comes to language. And I'm not talking about being bilingual to the point where you are a English master or pro or whatever you want to call it, but having a basic level of English is going to guarantee you, and it's going to open many doors that you wouldn't have opened in the labor market, or even in some other aspects of life if you had the language. Sorry guys. So I do think that those requirements need to be in place for immigration officers and the different entities that process these cases, and to guarantee that people at least have some proficiency and educational level, so that they don't struggle here at a personal level, or don't become a burden to the U.S. system. And that was just a basic thought that I've had throughout the years of being here and studying how the different cultures thrive or don't thrive when they migrate to this country. I will be back with more videos, and I will post the journey of myself and my story with nursing school, possibly doing some vlogs and stuff like that. But this is my first video. I'm just putting myself out there and looking to speak out and share ideas and maybe contribute to somebody. So if you found this video informative or somewhat informative, please give it a like, share and subscribe, and I'll be back with more videos soon. Peace.